my student. It's me again, Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare Tanzania. Welcome for our session today. We are going to proceed with our chemistry subject, Form 2. And our topic is about water. It's so many things that we have already covered: the occurrence and the nature of water, the water cycle and environmental conservation. And also we have already seen about the properties of water. Today we are going to see the uses of water and the last subtopic, which is the treatment and purification of water. Now, welcome to start our session, which is all about the uses of water. Water is very important in our daily use, such as domestic purpose, transportation, recreation, and other economic activity. It is also an important component in bodies of living things. So, the living things need water for their survival, growth, and reproduction. But note that water make about 75% of the bodies of living things. That's why water is very important in our daily life, or very important for the survival of living things. Now, let us see the uses of water in each aspect. Let us start with the domestic use, or the daily use. In domestic activities, water is used for cooking food, cleaning our surrounding, washing our bodies and washing our clothes. Kwamba katika matumizi ya kila siku, maji tunaitumia katika kupikia, katika kunywa, katika kufanyia usafi kwenye mazingira yetu yanayotuzunguka, also kuoshea meal na nguo, ndo yote hayo for cleaning purpose. But also in transportation, water is used in transport activity, as it is used for transportation of people and goods from one place to another. Kwamba water, the sources of water, for instance, oceans, lakes, we can use the transport system, for instance, ships, boats, to transport goods or people. They tend to move from one place to another. For example, you can consider this diagram. This is a ship whereby through water people tend to move from one place to another, or the goods are transported from one place to another through using the ships. Another uses of water is used in recreation uses. Hapa tunaangalia sehemu zile za entertainment places, recreation places. For example, in recreation activities, water used for swimming, sporting, and sporting fish, michezo ya samaki ile, kuna michezo ya samaki, kuna swimming, kuogelea, vitu kama hivyo. And ocean water also used for scuba diving, wale wanaofanya diving kwenye water. For instance, they are doing in ocean, Consider this. So you can see this is sample of diving, scuba diving in the ocean, and this is sporty fishing, michezo ile ya samaki, and this is sample of swimming. I hope that my students, you are well aware about swimming. You are going there in a beach area and you are swimming. Yeah, so that is how water is used in recreation areas. Another uses of water are mostly used in economic purposes or economic activities. In economic activities, water used for manufacturing industries. Manufacturing industry to manufacture or produce different goods or products. For instance, we can use water in the industry to produce or to manufacture chemicals. Those chemicals which are in liquid forms, they tend to use water to manufacture them. Also, manufacturing of foods, vile vyakula vya makopo, some of foods, they tend to use water during manufacturing them in industries. Also manufacturing of beverages. So katika viwanda tunatengeneza zile beverage drinks, soda za aina zote, vinywaji vyote vile vinavyotengenezwa katika viwanda. They tend to use water as the main purpose for them to manufacture those products. Another economic activity where water is used is agriculture. In agriculture, water can be used in the purpose for irrigation system, kilimo cha umwagiliaji. And you can see this is mostly applicable in our daily life or in our communities. Watu wanatumia kilimo cha umwagiliaji ili kuwezesha shughuli zao za kilimo. And this is the uses of water. Another is for animal dips and animal drinking. Mifugo, wale wanaofanya ufugaji. Maji yanatumika katika kunywesha mifugo yao na katika animal dipping. Another economic activity is mining activity, whereby in mining water is used as the solvent in extraction of some minerals and also in separation of impurities. Kwamba katika mining activity water inatumika kama solvent, something which can dissolve with the other substance. Pia inatumika ku remove impurities because once we extract those minerals, baada ya kufanya uchimbaji wa yale madini tunahitaji ku remove impurities, kuzidissolve katika some of chemicals. So water is useful in removing the impurities and also in dissolving of some of the minerals that are extracted. Another economic aspect or activity whereby the water can be used is the energy. Where in energy, large water bodies like river and dams are used to generate the electric energy. For instance, hydroelectric power. We can see there is Mtera hydroelectric power. There is Mwalimu Nyerere hydroelectric power in Rufiji. So those rivers, they use those sources of water in the energy production, ambayo tunakuja kuona kwamba ule wa maji unaozalishwa unakuwa ni very crucial or very usable in our daily purpose, for light, for running our other activities like that. Also, water is used in construction, katika ujenzi, where water is used for the construction of roads, bridges and other building, katika ujenzi wa barabara, madaraja na majengo mengine. So whole process of constructions water is applicable. Another economic activity where water is used is fishing. And in fishing, this simply the use of oceans, lake, river and artificial ponds used for fishing. Shughuli za kilimo zote. Hatuwezi kufanya shughuli za kilimo kama hatuna source of water. So ndio maana hata wale ambao wanafanya artificial, wanatengeneza mabwawa yao wenyewe ya kufugia samaki. They depend on water. So water is very essential in economic activities like fishing. Now, after looking on the uses, let us see the treatment and the purification of water. When we talk about treatment and the purification of water, here directly we are going to see on how water is treated and purified. Kuna ku-treat water and ku-purify water. Once we treat, we just remove some of contaminations, but purifying tunafanya yale maji kuwa zaidi ya kuwa treated, yanakuwa ni masafi kwa ajili ya other human consumption. Okay, water treatment is the process of making water usable for industrial, medical and other purposes. Kwamba treatment of water ni kile kitendo cha kufanya ile maji yaweze kutumika kwa ajili ya shughuli za viwandani, katika shughuli za medical issues, pia na shughuli nyingine. The aim is to remove existing contaminants in the water. Lengo ni ku remove zile contaminants, ndio lengo la kutreat. Tuna remove zile contaminations, zile unwanted materials which are exist in water. Treatment process may be physical, such as setting, settling, chemical. Treatment process may be physical, such as settling. Unachukua maji unayasettle for some time, so as to make it pure for drinking or for consumption. But also can be in chemical. For instance, there is disinfections or biologicals. Hapa ndo tunakuja involve reactions ambazo zikuwa kuna mechanisms zinafanyika ili kuyafanya yale maji yawe treated au yawe pure for consumptions. Okay, what is water purification? Water purification is the removal of contaminants from treated water. It means now the water have been treated but we prefer tunafanya purification ili yawe pure. To produce drinking water. Hapa tunaweza tukayafanya sasa kwa ajili ya kunywa and pure enough for human consumption. Yani yanakuwa ni very pure water for any uses of human being. Substances that are removed include bacteria, algae, fungi, minerals and human-made chemical pollutant. Kwamba tunapofanya purification hapa tunaenda kuremove bacteria, fungi, na zile other chemicals of human being pollutant ambazo zenyewe zitapelekea maji ambayo alishakuwa treated yawe pia yana some of contaminants. Okay, let us see the domestic water purification. How can we purify water domestically? The common method used at home in purifying water are as follow. Kwamba nyumbani kule tunaweza tukatumia some of the method to purify water. What are they? The first is boiling, and the second is use of purifiers, and the third one is use of commercial filters. Kwamba hizi zinaweza zikatumika nyumbani. It is domestically, not industrial, not what. It is done at home ili kufanya maji yawe pure. Okay, when we talk about boiling method, tunazungumzia kuchemsha maji. And actually I know my student mostly nyumbani kwenu mnakuwa mnakunywa maji yaliyochemshwa. So the aim is to purify those water for consumption. So in boiling water, water is heated and left for some time before heating is stopped. Kwamba maji yanakuwa yanachemshwa na yanakuwa yanafanywa yachemke, na ukisha initiate that heat you don't stop until ile maji inakuwa heated, yani inakuwa imechemka kweli. So this method help to kill disease causing organism. Kwamba the aim is to kill those bacteria or those organisms which can cause diseases. The water is then allowed to cool before being used. Kwamba after boiling that water inaruhusiwa ipoe kwa muda kabla ya kuanza kutumia. Boiling water should be done in a safe and clean environment. For instance, use of clean pan and clean clothes for filtration. Kwamba that boiling water should be done in a clean, conducive environment. For instance, wakati wa kuchemsha, make sure unatumia clean pan, ile sufuria unayochemshia iwe ni safi. Pia wakati wa kuchemsha, baada ya kuchemsha ile maji yakishapoa inabidi yachujwe. Na tunachuja kwa kutumia nini? Tunatumia clean clothes, ambayo kile kitambaa kinataka kiwe kisafi ili kichuje zile small very tiny particles ambazo ziko bado kwenye nini? Kwenye maji. For instance, you can see huo ndo mfano mzuri wa boiling, ambayo I know most of you nyumbani mnafanya hiki kitu. Mnachukua sufuria, mnaweka maji, then mna expose to the heat source. Yale maji yanachemka na procedure zingine zinafuata kuyaacha yapoe mpaka mnayachuja, then mnatumia kwa ajili ya matumizi ya kunywa. That is a very simple method or domestic method of purifying water at home. Another method is uses of purifiers. The chemical purifiers are usually in liquid form. These purifiers are chemical in nature. And these chemicals are liquid, usually are in form of liquids. It's recommended amount of purifiers is put in a specific amount of water. Ina kwamba kiasi fulani cha maji kinakuwa kinawekwa hiyo chemical au hiyo purifier katika kiwango fulani cha purifier. So example of purifier is AquaGuard and WaterGuard. Hii hapa ni mostly common katika mazingira yetu ya shule. Utaona wanakuwa na kitanki cha maji ya kunywa shuleni. Then they tend to put water guard or aqua guard there. So students wanachukua yale maji yanakunywa yakiwa tayari yashakuwa purified. Hata nyumbani sometime you can see maji ambayo yanatoka kwenye visima, yanatoka kwenye mabomba haya, they tend to put that purifier, chemical purifier, which is water guard or aqua guard. They put some of the recommended amount there in a water, then inakuwa safe or purified for consumption purpose. Another method is the use of commercial filters. Commercial filters is a filter system which contain 2 or more filter elements or media through which the water passes to be cleaned. Kwamba yenyewe ni filter ambayo ina some of layers or parts, ambazo zile parts zote ni stages ambazo water ina tend to pass through it so as to be cleaned. For example, consider the diagram. This is a commercial filter. So you can see this is our filter, but under this filter tuna hii beaker au container, ambayo hii container ndo tuna collect water ambayo inakuwa tayari ishakuwa purified. And you can see there is one layer which is gravel, the second is the sand layer, third one is charcoal layer, and finally we have layer. Kwamba maji yanaanza kupita hapa kwenye gravel, then yanakuja kwenye sand layer, then yanakuja kwenye charcoal layer. Ina maana hapo kwenye charcoal layer kutakuwa na source of heat. Haya maji lazima yatakuwa heated to kill those bacteria. Finally yatapita kwenye layer ya cloth, ambayo kwenye cloth tutakuwa na kile kitambaa chetu ambacho kinachuja those particles. Finally the water will be collected in the beaker or container ambayo utakuwa umeiweka on that time pale. Let us see the role of commercial filter parts. Kwamba kila part ya hii commercial filter ina kazi yake. Okay, tuone moja baada nyingine. The gravel used to trap any floating substance. Any floating substance, yani ile substance yoyote ambayo unaiona ina float kwenye yale maji, yenyewe hii gravel ina trap ile substance. Okay, when we come into sand, it's tend to trap large particles. Kwamba kwenye sand pale layer yenyewe ina trap, inavuta zile large particles zote. When we come in layer of charcoal here, it is mostly used to kill some of harmful bacteria, because in charcoal there will be heat source. So there the bacteria will be killed. And the final layer, which is cloth, this is to filter the very thin particle. Kwamba hapa ni ile sasa stage ya mwisho ambayo yenyewe ime contain cloth, kile kitambaa sasa, ambayo yenyewe ita trap every particle. For instance, those thin particles. Kwanza kwenye stage ya kwanza tumeabsorb particles, tumetrap particles, lakini katika hii stage ya mwisho pale hapo very tiny particles existing in water are trapped away so as we can get the pure water for drinking. Okay, another is the urban water treatment. Tumeona domestic water treatment, then na method zake ambazo zinaweza kutumika. Now let us see how can urban water treatment used. Most of the water used in many urban area is piped tap water. Kwamba maji mengi ambayo yanatumika katika urban area ni maji ambayo yanatoka kwenye mabomba, na haya maji actually yamekuwa taken direct from the water source kama vile ocean, lake. So they just take them to the tap ili kuweza kutumika katika mazingira yetu ya kila siku. This water is usually obtained from the different sources like river, lake, and but it goes through the different process for treatment before human consumption. As I said, kwamba the urban water treatment inatokea kwamba tunajua kwamba maji ambayo yanatumika kwenye urban area developments, urban areas or urban development, they are in form of tap water. Kwamba ni yale maji ya visima, maji ya mabomba. Lakini where does this water came from? They are from in water sources kama river, lake, ocean, Lakini kabla haya maji hayajaenda kwenye vile yale mabomba au visima, kuna processes ambazo zinatumika ili kuyapurify hayo water au haya maji au kuyatreat ili yakaweze kutumika kwa ajili ya matumizi ya binadamu. Process of urban water treatment are as follow. Kuna stages au processes, hatua zinazofuatwa ili kuweza kutreat haya maji. The first one is screening. Another is reservoirs. Another is primary filtration. Another one is secondary filtration. And another one is disinfections or chlorination. And the final processes is storage. Let us see one after another. By starting with a screening, here this process involves the removing of float substance. So kwenye kuscreening, we are just screening that water. We are removing just all floating substances. Only screening. Another stage is reservoirs. In this stage, this process involves the storing of water at high up so it flow through gravitational or atmospheric pressure. Hapa tunaongelea storage, I mean storing of water. Yale maji tukishafanyia screening, after removing those floating substance, tunafanyia storing. Storing until it become in such a way that it form a pressure, whereby through the gravitation that water can be able to flow toward the taps, I mean toward the pipes and so on. Another is the primary filtration. When we talk about primary filtration, hii ni hatua ya kwanza kuchuja. Is a process in which large particles are removed when they are filtered through causes of sand. Kwamba hapa zile large particle zinaanza kuchujwa hapa kwenye primary process. Whereby the aluminium sulfate is added to remove smaller particles. Why aluminium added? Why aluminium added? Aluminium sulfate added. Simply because aluminium sulfate cause the impurities to chump together and sink to the bottom of the container. This process is called coagulations. Kwamba this aluminium sulfate yenyewe itapelekea, ukishaiadi kwenye water, itapelekea those materials to chump together and sink down the bottom of the container. Ambayo hii hapa itakuwa ni very easy to separate water from those particles which are unwanted in the water. Another process is the secondary process. Secondary process is a process in which water is passing through finer sand and thus causes removal of smallest particle. Here hapa ni secondary. Once we have already passed through the primary stage or process ambapo pale remove all large substance. Now tunakuja ku remove fine substances in the secondary process. And another stage which is disinfection or chlorination. Here is the process in which chlorine added in a moderate amount to kill harmful bacteria. So in this stage of chlorination, there is addition of chlorine. That's why it's called disinfection or chlorination. Addition of chlorine, why chlorine is added? Simply to kill those harmful bacteria. Baada ya kuchuja, ku remove all large particles until to the secondary filtration which deal with the finer particles. Now we come in the addition of chlorine which tend to kill those bacteria or harmful bacteria. Final processes of urban water treatment is storage. After all processes from the screening, now we came into the storage. This is the final stage whereby water is pure and safe enough to the stored for use. Kwamba hapa maji yanakuwa stored na ikiwa safi kabisa kwa ajili ya kutumia matumizi ya kila siku. Hapa unaweza ukanywa, ukafanyia shughuli zozote zile, yakiwa ni masafi kabisa, hamna vijidudu vishaondoka. All unwanted materials are already removed. Now, is there any importance of treating and purifying water? That is the question to ask yourself. So, if there is importances of treating or purifying this water. Now we can see the reasons why water has to be treated or purified. Water that has not been treated may contain harmful and other parasites that cause diarrhea, typhoid, cholera and other illnesses. Kwamba maji ambayo hayajawa treated yanakuwa yamecontain some of bacteria, na ukishatumia yale maji actually yatakufanya wewe uwe exposed with diseases. For instance, kuna typhoid, kuna kipindupindu ambayo ni cholera, kuna other illnesses just because umeconsume or umetumia ambayo ni untreated. So therefore, once water treated, it helps to kill all harmful microorganisms, ambazo hizi microorganisms ndo zinapelekea hayo magonjwa, kusababisha hayo magonjwa. So the water should be treated to kill those harmful microorganisms to avoid spread of diseases like that. Another reason why water should be treated, or the importance of treating and purifying water, is treated water is the best for using in laboratory to ensure accurate result from experiment. Kwamba maji ambayo yapo pure, yapo purified and treated ni mazuri kwa ajili ya kufanya uchunguzi wa science kwenye maabara, kwa sababu kama tunatumia maji ambayo yapo treated, it means that katika ile experiments zitakazokuwa zinafanyika itatupelekea kupata accurate result, majibu sahihi, or intended result of our experiments, just because we are using treated water. Also, treated water is suitable for using in factories to ensure that actual products are safe for consumption. Kwamba tunajua kwamba kwenye factories, viwandani, product mbalimbali zinazozalishwa zina depend on the use of water. So if water is treated, actually will enable those products to be manufactured in a good way or in a standard to ensure the safe of consumption for the human being. Another is treated water is more efficient to use for cleaning in industries and domestic setting. Kwamba maji ambayo yapo treated ni mazuri kwa ajili ya matumizi ya usafi. Hatuwezi kufanya usafi na maji machafu. How comes tunafanya usafi labda kwenye mazingira yetu ya nyumbani, environment setting, for instance toilets, how can we use untreated water? It means itatupeleka kule kwenye kupatwa na magonjwa, vitu kama hivyo. So the water, if it is treated, it is to use in our home setting or home for cleaning purpose, also in industry for cleaning purpose. Okay, my students, after looking on the uses of water and the industrial, purification and treatment of water, now there is a task for you here to attempt, so as you can improve your own understanding in this concept. And the question is follow. In 5 points, describe the uses of water. Another question, with the diagram, describe the commercial filter method of water treatment. Does water treatment and purification important? Yes or no? Give 4 reasons. Kwamba kuna umuhimu wa kutreat au kupurify water? Yes or no? Kama upo, toa sababu kwa nini. Kama haupo, toa pia sababu kwa nini hamna umuhimu. So thank you for watching, and this marks the end of this topic of water. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Stay tuned on Educare TZ for more learning content. Bye bye.